As part of the Food Standard Agency's voluntary salt targets, we'd like to help you reduce the salt content in your sausages. We aren't about telling you how to make your sausage. This isn't going to be a correct recipe guide. What we have done is produce a calculator to enable you to enter all your ingredients and find out what percentage of salt is in your sausage. We've worked with Terry Beals, an award-winning master butcher, to come up with some simple guides in how to reduce your salt content.
I'm Terry Beals. I run the butchery training courses here at Mattershill. I'm here today to talk to you about a better butcher's banger. I've been a butcher all my life, done lots of training, had my own business for the last 30 years in Harleston, which I've since sold last November, and I concentrate mainly on training butchers, chefs and farm butchers here at Mattershill. I have won a lot of gold awards for sausages. I also have won the complete sausage championship of East Anglia 2 years running, where I represented East Anglia down in London. Sausage has always been a big favourite of mine, and that's why I say to all the butchers who are looking, it's very important, because a good sausage trade or any manufacturing thing you use in your shop is the biggest part of your business. People are becoming aware of what they eat. They like to know what goes in a sausage, what you put in it, your seasoning contents and everything. People are very much conscious of what they eat now. I think the customers' palates have changed a lot, and as we say, we all worry about the salt content in any type of food. Talking to the Norfolk Trading Standards, I'm very keen on getting involved in this project, and I think it's a good idea for the butcher, for your customers, and also for them to save money.
Really important to us to have these right. We can't afford to mess up our sausage trade. This is one of the problems we could have with butchers, to be quite sort of stuck in our ways a bit. We need to be able to adapt and change and realise that constantly improving our product is paramount to staying in business. And for those butchers who think, I don't want to change my recipe, I've been doing it this way for years and years and years, I understand that, because if it works, it doesn't need fixing. I understand that mentality, but we also have to understand that we do need to improve constantly.
From a customer point of view, it's a good thing to have the lower salt sausages. We've had a little bit of advertising for lower salt sausages, and a lot of the customers that come in have said, can I have some of these lower salt sausages? So, it's working. We sell a hell of a lot of them. Warnsy down there, he's working fairly hard on them pretty much all week.
Starting with the first point of production, the skins. You'll find they're often sealed in a brine solution, and brine has a high salt content, so it's important to wash the skins thoroughly. Even the dried skins have a high salt content.
Right, I'm now taking this, and that will go into the cold room, and it will be left in there for 24 hours for me to get out in the morning and use.
Don't forget to wash the skins again before use.
Now, always be sure that you completely weigh the meat for your sausages in the correct amount, and always remember, whatever container you are using your meat in, that you have tiered your machine to take the weight of your meat off, so that you've got the complete amount of meat that you want. The weights are very, very important. Please remember, it's very important that everything needs weighing. Water, rusk, seasonings.
Years ago, many butchers would have secret recipes, and it was all a bit cloak and dagger. Well, nowadays you really can't do that, because we have to have an ingredients declaration. We have a sort of a moral and legal obligation to let the customer know exactly what we're selling and what is in the product.
Now, all your butchers know what this is. It's a container full of the seasoning. Now, always remember, when you start a new container of the seasoning, always to thoroughly make sure you mix it up. What I would do is have another empty container there, which you use the one which is now finished, and then to tip your seasonings out into there, pour it back in again, and probably do that a couple of 3 times. Then you're sure that everything is completely mixed in, and then get your bags, weigh out your recommended usage of your seasoning. Please be sure to use your calculator to give you the exact amount of seasoning you want to use. When you've mixed them off into your weight you want, seal all the bags up, take them down, and then set all the bags back in your container. So when you've weighed it all off, every part of that seasoning is all weighed up to the exact amount you want to use for your sausages. and then you'll get the right amount every time.
Well, as a butcher and a father, it's important I don't want to give my children too much salt, and normally you find a lot of salt in manufactured products, burgers, sausages and what have you. And I just took the initiative about 6 months ago to reduce our salt levels, purely so children love sausages, just so I'm trying to do the right thing as a butcher and a father. And that's worked well, it's worked really well, and easy to do. We used to hand weigh all our seasons here on the premises, and I took the change to get a company to mix our spices for us, so we've got continuity in every mix we do, and then insisted that they drop the salt content. I think salt suspends the preservative, so I asked them to reduce that. We increased our meat content, so we reduced our salt content.
Now you have all the ingredients accurately weighed. No scoop of this and a mug of that, keep it all weighed. Before you use the calculator, you'll need to contact your seasoning supply to find out what the salt content is. Be aware the salt content varies with every product. Always try to use the lower salt seasoning products. One quick phone call to the supplier and it's then onto the calculator. It's so easy to use. Enter seasoning here. Meat, rusk, water, any extra ingredients in your recipe, and right here you have the salt content of your sausage. Simple.
I suppose we done it old school, we sort of sat down and worked it all out, but if something's easy to do, people will do it.
I think all the butchers now should really look at this on the calculator, then work out their own recipes and to see whether they're coming out exact or how they should be, and then work from a chart all the while, and then you're getting a consistent sausage.
We have a top tip for a big salt reduction.
Now I've got my correct amount of seasoning which has been weighed out. We pour that into a mixing bowl.
If you mix your seasoning with all or part of your pre-weighed water into a paste and then add that to the meat, it will allow the reaction process of the preservatives and flavourings to be activated immediately.
Don't try and mix it up with anything which lays on the block like a knife or a fork or a spoon, because you cannot break up the particles and make it even. Now we've got the nice coarse mince which we put through the coarse plate. And I say always remember then to undo your mince ahead. You're not leaving any meat inside the barrel because that's then making your meat content here short. So you must make sure that you clean that out, put this in with the meat and then onto the block or wherever you mix. And then my seasoned paste, which is already mixed up into a nice pasty seasoning. We then pour that into my coarse meat which has been minced.
This simple act allows for a 20% reduction in seasoning. Extensive customer research has shown that this produces a preferred flavour.
Right, now we've minced the sausage meat up the second time on a finer plate, and this is the meat which was left in the head or the barrel of the mincer, which we've cleaned out. And always remember, you can use this for a meatball, a sausage meat or anything. Do not add that into your second lot of sausages when you make the machine. That's why it's important to clear it out, because this meat has been seasoned with your mix there. You put it into your second lot or your next batch of sausages, and then you're increasing your level of seasoning and you're putting your recipe completely out.
That's all changed in the last 10 years. Before sausages, people would use up their bits and pieces, but now sausage is a big market and you've got to have it right. And we sell a ton a week, easily, a lot of sausages.
Sausage development is something that I'm certainly very interested in doing. I should certainly be coming along to trading standards to see if they can help me improve my product. I think that's absolutely fantastic. And I think any butcher who's offered help and support from the trading standards should grab it with both hands and get stuck in. If they're serious about taking their business forward, they've got to be serious about selling a good product.
Trading standards are very helpful. I use them a lot. If I've ever got any queries, phone them up and talk to them. They're good people. They're only human. If you play by the book and you generally want to make your product better, they'll help you.
You have the recipes for your sausages, but remember the customer demands are changing. Both health and taste have highlighted the need to reduce salt in all food. If you follow the paste method and use the calculator, the sausage is covered. To summarise then, rinse the skins, use the calculator to work out how much seasoning. Mix the seasoning well before bagging into pre-weighed portions. Weigh all ingredients accurately. Mix seasoning into a paste. Finally, clean the mincer before the next batch. If you help your customers reduce their intake of salt by 1 gram a day, together we can help prevent 6,700 premature deaths directly linked to high salt every year in this country.